Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dee's Homestead. My name is Derek, and today we're going for a tour off the homestead. We're going to a buddy of mine's house, my buddy Bill and his wife Holly. We're going to his house and we're going to learn how to make jam. Here's all I want to say on this. I don't want to do any fear mongering or anything like that, but all I'm saying is, me myself, I don't know how to do jams. I don't know how to do jellies. Well, I do now. This video was actually, the part you're watching right now was filmed way after when the other video was done. The original intro and outro that I had for the original video, it got lost in translation. Something happened. I don't know what happened. Anyhow, there was no audio to the exit, so I'm reshooting it now afterwards, right before I put this video up. But anyhow, all I'm going to say is I don't want to do any fear mongering or anything like that, but if there's a skill or something that you don't know, you should learn it. So my buddy Bill's house, it's like a 2.5 hour drive to get down there. To me, it was well worth the 2.5 hour drive to get down there and actually do the hands-on, like getting in there. I was stirring stuff, you'll see in the video. I was doing all sorts of things, actually helping her get stuff canned. It's okay to sit here on YouTube and watch it real quick, but nothing beats going there and actually having that hands-on person, like somebody teaching you. So hopefully this video helps. If you get a chance, down in the comments down below, let me know what you think of the video, whether you think it was something good, you want to see more content like that, learning how to do stuff, or whether you don't want to see more content like that and you want something else instead. Oh, hey, and by the way, down in the description down below is a link to Holly, who's teaching me how to can. It's a link to her Etsy shop. You can go on there, buy jars of jelly and stuff and jam that she's made up. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, click on the link down in the description down below. All right, hey, let's get into the video. Okay, so what are we doing today? Spilling berries. So you rinse your berries good.
Yep. And then you want to put some in the bowl and start mashing them. Just use a potato masher. And just start mashing them.
I just got a new one, but I'm sort of liking the looks of yours there a little bit better.
Well, this one kind of sucks, so I
does it?
should get another one.
Well, that one has like a more of a metal plate. Mine's more open. Has like a design.
Yeah. You just want to keep mashing them for a little bit.
Man, they smell good.
And all those, like the juice is what actually helps the jam set because it has the pectin in it.
Yeah. I was actually reading an article on that, like back in the day they didn't use pectin really, they used juice from other...
Yeah, like a lot of people use lemon juice too.
Yeah.
But I tried that with cherry jam, and it actually made it taste a little bit too much like lemon, I think.
Okay. So just mix a little bit of berries in at a time, smash them, and add some more? That's
what I find it's easier, because if you put them all in, it's really hard to do. You'll get an arm workout doing it.
I see that.
That's like with the strawberries, that's why I do it in the food processor.
Okay.
Because I think it is just easier to do it that way. I've never tried that though with like blackberries or black raspberries.
I was gonna say, I wonder if like the berries would work that way or not. Or one of those, what are they called? Like the emulsion, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that would probably work too. You don't have to have it mashed perfect because you want some fruit like chunks in there.
And like starting off, how many berries was that? Like
that was 10 cups.
10 cups
of whole berries.
Okay.
Now the recipe that I use, it calls for anywhere between 4 to 6 cups of smashed berries. But if we have more, you always do like, for this recipe, equal amount of sugar to berries.
Okay.
I'll just start measuring it into the pot. So 6 cups.
Okay, so each one of those was 1 cup?
Yep.
Okay.
So 6 cups there. Take it over to the stove. And then we'll measure out 6 cups
Of sugar?
of sugar. Because you always want to have the sugar ready.
Okay.
So that's 1, 6. I usually turn it on to medium,
Okay.
and then you'll put your packet of Sure Gel or whatever kind of pectin you decide to use. I always use Sure Gel.
I was gonna say that's what I have right now, but then for that Ball jam and jelly canner that I bought, I got some Ball Classic Real Pectin, is what they call it.
Yeah, I've never tried that.
And it doesn't come like pre-measured. You got to actually measure it like you would your sugar and stuff.
So I just add that. And then you just wait for it to boil.
So just keep stirring it over a medium heat till it boils.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you want to have it boiling until even when you stir it, it's still boiling.
I saw someone, what they were doing was they would pick their wild berries, put them on a tray, like a cookie sheet, and then put them in the freezer, freeze them that way, and then once they were froze, they would put them in a bag and then just pull them out.
Yeah, you can do that. I have cherries to put in the freezer to make more jam. We picked them and then just froze them. And a good trick to know when your jam is done is to, when you start, put a plate in the freezer.
Okay.
So it gets cold. And then it's called like the setup test.
Yeah.
I'll show you whenever time to do that. That way you know that your jam will set up.
Yeah, you like hold it at an angle or something to see if it runs.
You kind of push it with your finger.
Okay.
And if it like makes wrinkles, then you know it's going to set up.
The only really like jams or jellies and stuff that Mom used to make growing up as a kid was beet jelly. I used to love it.
Beets?
Oh yeah.
I've never even heard that.
Good for you, and it honestly
I like beets.
it tastes a lot like grape is what it tastes like whenever you have it jellied up. Like when she would can beet, you'd always have juice left over, so that's what she would do with all the extra juice is make beet jelly.
I'm just kind of squishing them down a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then while I'm doing this, I always start my water. That way it's always, for the canning,
Okay.
it's always ready when the jam's done. You can add like a half a teaspoon of butter to it too, because it'll start to like foam up a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
And the butter kind of, it doesn't prevent it all the way, but it stops it some. I
Okay.
usually just skim the stuff off the top. I've done it both ways,
Yeah.
but usually I just skim it off at the end.
I was gonna say, I think that Ball automatic canner thing that I got, I think it tells you to put like 1 or 2 little tabs of butter in there with it.
This is the longest process. Once it starts boiling, then it's pretty fast. It's just getting it to boil the first time.
Yeah. So you get it boiling and then you add the sugar?
Yeah, after, like, you want it to make sure it's at a full boil, that even when you stir it, it doesn't stop boiling.
Okay.
You can test the temperature with a thermometer too. Not the water, the jam.
Yeah.
It should be 220 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay. It's like one of the candy thermometers or whatever.
Yeah. But I think the better test of knowing if the jam's going to set is if you do with the cold jar.
Okay.
The cold plate.
The plate in the freezer.
Yeah. Now, so everybody knows you can use an actual canner.
Yeah.
I just use the pasta pot for like the little jars because I just think it's a lot easier
Right.
than the big canner for little jars, and it works. Exactly
And you're just doing the
same.
quarter pint jars, right? The 4 ounce.
So these are 4, and these are 8.
Okay.
So I kind of just mix them up.
It's definitely gotten a lot smoother just since.
And that stirring is actually like, the more you stir, the more pectin comes out.
Okay.
That's why some people will whisk it.
Yeah.
I've never done that, but just the stirring brings the pectin out, like in the fruit.
Yeah.
The natural pectin. And being that, like berries usually aren't high in pectin,
Right.
you'll want to keep stirring.
All right. Now it's boiled good.
Yep, now it's ready. Okay. So now it's boiling. And even when we stir, it's still boiling.
Yeah.
So now we want to add the sugar, and as we add the sugar, keep stirring. You want to pretty quickly add the sugar.
I was gonna say, now you know me. As a guy, I would have messed up right there and just dumped the whole bowl of sugar in there all at once.
I usually do it about a cup at a time.
Okay.
And then stir it in, and then add more, because you want it to dissolve. And if you don't do it fast enough, it's not going to dissolve
Okay.
the way you want it to.
It just takes some talent and some skill having both hands going, doing different things at the same time.
I mean, I'm used to that because of all the kids.
Yeah.
I think it's different for men.
Yeah. I'll be lost.
Press in. And then it's keep stirring. And then you want it to come to that same boil again.
Okay. And then once it comes to that boil, then we're ready to
Yeah, you'll
put it
want to
into
keep
jars.
Stirring it for about a minute more after it comes to that boil.
Okay.
And then we're ready to put it into the jars after we test it, make sure it's going to set up.
Yeah. And so now, would this be the time, like, if you wanted to pull out seeds, this would be when you do it, right?
Yeah.
Or right before you put it in the jars?
Well, you could do it now and then bring it back over and boil it more. That's how I normally do it, and then just bring it back up to that boil again.
Yeah.
We'll try one without seeds.
Okay.
Just because some people don't like seeds.
Yeah.
You want to stir that?
Mm-hmm. So this is where you got to decide whether you want seeds in it or no seeds in it. So normally, if you heard Holly saying there, she normally leaves the seeds in, but we're gonna do some without the seeds. So
now this is pretty liquidy. There's not a ton of seeds in here. Like black raspberries
right,
have tons
Yeah.
of seeds. So
blackberries aren't quite as
blackberries
bad.
aren't as bad. So, yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't know how you want to do that.
It sometimes gets messy. I'm just gonna scoop it out. in there. It'll start draining. I'm gonna do this. Get the seeds out. Some people only do like half the recipe and then leave seeds in, which I'll probably add a little bit of seeds back in.
Okay.
I can do this without getting burned.
Hard to do while you're holding the camera and trying to hold. Yeah.
That's not something you can do one-handed. You'll have it everywhere.
I was gonna try.
This is what I use for my tomato sauce and spaghetti sauce too.
Okay. I definitely need to try and find one of those.
I don't even know if they make them new anymore. I think you have to get them. Maybe they do. I know we got this one at an antique store.
That's what I was saying. I'm gonna have to check with I bet Lehman's, if anybody would have it. I bet Lehman's probably has it. If not, like you said, just look at yard sales or antique stores or.
I usually use like an old pot for this.
Okay.
Because it'll scratch a new pot. I always use the old pot for it. Alright, that's about it for that. I'm gonna bring that back to a boil.
Maybe still be a few seeds in there, maybe, or no?
I think little ones. I don't even think we're gonna add any more
Okay.
because there are like the little seeds.
Yeah, the little tiny
the
ones.
big ones came out though.
Okay.
You'll want to have a wet washcloth
For
a
wiping
damp,
off the.
Yeah, a damp one ready to wipe the jars off. I always use a damp washcloth and a towel.
Okay. Okay, you're doing that. So this is the other thing that she was showing about that you could use to separate them. You put your berries in there and then smash down with the wooden dowel there to get them out. So you can see there, even as I'm stirring it, it's still boiling. That's where you want to get to.
Take a little bit out. Let it set for a couple minutes. I'm gonna move it away from the heat.
Okay.
Just the goal is to cool it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Ready.
So that just means you need to keep stirring it and stuff?
Yeah. I have to bring the temperature up more. Now the other way to test, you can put a little bit on the plate and stick it in the fridge or the freezer for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
And see if it starting.
Yeah.
I think if we cook it a couple more minutes, we'll be good. That's like a ripple.
Okay, yeah.
Then it's ready. Turn that off. Move it over off the pan. Here. I just use this little measuring cup.
Okay.
Seems to work the best for me.
And we're just going to right at the bottom of the funnel.
Yep. Out to the next. I think that this is the messiest part.
Yeah.
That's what you don't want to do.
You don't want to overfill? Oh, that's not too bad, actually.
That's not bad. Looked a little fuller than what it was. I just wipe around the top.
And that's just cleaning off anything you got on there so that the ring will seal.
Make sure that it's clean and dry. I always make a mess when I pour.
I think that just happens anyhow.
Yeah, it does.
I've seen some people use like a ladle.
I've done that too, and
Does it work better or no?
I actually think it does. I think I'm gonna start doing that again because the measuring cup it seems to drip so much.
Yeah.
I know with like my spaghetti sauce and stuff like that, I use the ladle, and you don't have the mess like the measuring cup.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna go back to the ladle.
And that's about how many you can get in the first batch?
In that, I get about 5 of them. And now when you put these on, you don't want to do it too tight. Because if you do it too tight, the air can't come out.
Okay. So just like finger tight.
Finger tight.
And like the other one's sitting there while the first batch goes, that'll be just fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I'll get them ready while these are in. Now when I ran my finger around, I thought it was still sticky. So that you want to make sure that all that's off.
Okay.
water up so it covers that. I'm gonna make sure that the lids are covered. Like that. And then I usually, I'll process it for 10 minutes.
Okay. And just let it go for 10 minutes, and
Yeah.
while you're doing that, just finish doing the rest of them there.
And then I'll get all these ready.
Just carry them over and set them on a towel. And then just refill and
Just repeat the whole process. They're already starting to pop. There we go. And another 10 minutes.
I'm not sure if the microphone picked it up, but two of the cans already popped once, so. And now that I'm standing here watching, trying to get one to pop, none of them are gonna pop.
It can take up to 48 hours for
Yeah.
them to pop, so usually they pop right away.
Just want to see if I can get one of them to ping on camera. Oh, there it did it, and I was talking. Tell him. It's because I'm standing here wanting it to do it.
As soon as you walk away, we'll probably do it.
There we go. This one's about ready too. I have faith. There it went. So what did we start off with, Holly? Was it 6 or 10 cups?
We started out with 10 whole.
So 10 cups of whole berries.
Smashed them to 6.
Made 6 cups of smashed. And then that's going to wind up making 10 of the 1/4 pint jars, the 4-ounce jars, and 3 of the 1/2 pint jars. So that gives you a rough idea what you get. Okay, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that video. And like I said, the link to Holly's Etsy page is down below if you want to purchase some jams or jellies from her. And if you like this kind of content, hit that like button, click subscribe, share this video with your friends. And by the way, make sure you leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you want more content like this with how-tos and stuff, or do you want less content of how-tos and more something else? I don't know. Leave me a message down below in the comments. All right, have a good day. Bye.